The pounding started before my brain did. Deep, metallic knocks that didn't sound like a neighbor and didn't sound like a delivery. It sounded like authority, like someone had decided I didn't get to sleep in my own house anymore. I sat bolt upright in bed, heart already sprinting. For a second, I didn't know what day it was. Then I saw the faint gray light leaking through the blinds and the clock on my nightstand. Just after 6 a.m., my throat felt thick like I'd swallowed cotton. I pulled on a sweatshirt and stepped into the hallway, careful with my footsteps out of habit, like the house might wake up and scold me for existing. The pounding came again, followed by a male voice. "Sheriff's office, open the door." My hands went cold instantly. I didn't rush, I didn't hesitate. And I moved the way you move when you've learned that panic makes you sloppy, and sloppy becomes a story other people tell about you later. I flipped the porch light on and looked through the peephole. A deputy sheriff stood on my front step in a tan uniform with a black vest, one hand holding a clipboard of papers. Behind him, his patrol car sat at the curb with its lights off, like he decided not to wake the whole street. Then I saw them. Across the street, half in shadow, my parents stood near the neighbor's mailbox like spectators at a parade. My mother's arms were folded. My father's hands were in his coat pockets. They weren't surprised to see a deputy on my porch. They were satisfied. I opened the door with the chain still on. "Ma'am," the deputy said, calm but firm. "Are you Tessa Ward?" "Yes," I replied. He glanced down at the papers. "I'm Deputy Romero with the county sheriff's office. I'm here regarding a writ of possession. It's an eviction order." The word eviction hit my chest like a shove. "This is my house," I said. My voice didn't shake because I didn't allow it. "There has to be a mistake." Deputy Romero didn't react. He'd heard that sentence 100 times and probably hated what came after it every single time. "Ma'am," he said, "I'm not here to debate ownership. I'm here to execute a court order." I stared at the page in his hand. My name was printed on it in clean black letters like I was a tenant who'd missed rent, not the person who paid the taxes, replaced the roof shingles, and planted the tree out back with my grandfather when I was a teenager. My mother called from across the street loud enough to carry. "You should have done what family asked," my father added, voice flat like a verdict. "Pack. This is happening today." Deputy Romero's eyes flicked toward them, then back to me. He lowered his voice a fraction. "Do you have somewhere you can go?" he asked. The question wasn't kind. It was procedural, but it still made my stomach twist. "I'm not going anywhere," I said. "Not until you show me what this is." He lifted the top page slightly and angled it so I could read without stepping outside. There it was in bold. Writ of possession. A case number underneath, a court seal, a judge's signature I didn't recognize. My pulse tried to climb. I held it down. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't ask my parents why because I already knew the answer. They didn't need a reason that made sense.